you ever wondered exactly how kombucha and vinegar are made and what that little weird thing is that sticks out in there? That's called a scoby, and that is what actually grows the fermented part of this kombucha or the vinegar, depending on what it is that you're making. So this little thing, the little scoby that floats around and looks like an alien, which we're going to look at in a minute here, that is called a scoby, which technically is a symbiotic culture of bacteria and yeast. That is technically what SCOBY stands for. And it's basically this little community of, or fiber, cellulose mat, if you will, of all the little things that come together to make our health tonics. That's what we do with this, right? So, yeast in the SCOBY is what actually breaks down into like sugars into alcohol, and then that bacteria is converted into more like organic acids, giving you either kombucha or vinegar. We're going to talk about the difference between them because they are not the same. You cannot use them interchangeably. So, kombucha, quite different, usually a little more white, and it will always take up the shape of the container that you have it in. So this is kombucha. So let's take a look at vinegar, because this one is different. Vinegar SCOBY is generally called the mother SCOBY. It's a little different. It will also be according to the size of the container. This is what this guy looks like. They are very, very similar in the way in which they look, but they act so different. Let's talk about the differences. Kombucha SCOBY is more known for its probiotics. So this is lactobacillus, saccharomyces. This is generally what you find in here. And it has multiple different bacteria and yeast, but they're the good guys, the ones that you want. So this supports your gut balance and your healthy digestion, right? This is what we're known for. It also supports or creates gluconic acid, which is going to help to bind with some toxins and pull them out, and glucuronic acid, which is a compound that your liver needs for detoxification. Both of them have it, but you're finding this in kombucha, and this is what we're talking about right now. On top of that, kombucha also has your B vitamins and antioxidants, and this is because when you make kombucha, you're using tea, and the tannins in the tea is what kind of combines with the sugar alcohols to make this bad boy, right? Vinegar, the mother, is a little more simple. It is Acetobacter bacteria. Very, very different. The main thing, it has this acetic acid, and that regulates your blood sugar. It improves digestion and mineral absorption, which I love, and acts as a natural antibiotic, antimicrobial. We love this. So, completely different. Does it have probiotics? Yes, not as much. The apple cider vinegar SCOBY is really more about supporting the metabolic system, digestion, immune boosting, right? So unlike kombucha, it's less about the probiotics and more about the acid strength and what that's doing for your body. So let's look at it comparatively. So kombucha, way broader probiotics, diversity, gentle detoxer, and kind of gives you that fizzy antioxidants because it has more yeast in it. Versus vinegar, which is a stronger acidic power, better for blood sugar boosting, and yes, digestion, preserving foods and not as much yeast. So you're going to think of kombucha as your gut rebalancing tonic, and this guy, vinegar, is going to be more of your metabolic digestive booster. Both will help with mineral absorption, which is great, but you'll get even stronger mineral absorption with the vinegar SCOBY. Here's the thing. We know these grow to make the vinegar and the apple cider vinegar that we, the kombucha and the apple cider vinegar that we consume. can you eat the scoby itself? Yes, and there are benefits. Yes. The benefits we just talked about for each one are in here. It's mainly fiber, so you're also getting fiber as it goes in and helps you. But how do you do it? Both of them are a bit weird science-ish and very cellulose, right? But here's what I do with them. You can do either of these and cut them up and put them in smoothies. You can also make candy out of them with a dehydrator. You want to use a dehydrator because you want to keep it at below 105 degrees temperature so that you keep all the probiotics and all the antimicrobial properties in there and not lose the medicine. When you do that, you're gonna need to talk about flavor. I have found adding apples, dates, and maybe some cinnamon in there, great way to mix it up. Put that in the blender, put it in your dehydrator, wait till it's nice and chewy, and that's a great way to get some of these awesome healing properties into kiddos. You can also make jerky out of it. Again, you're dehydrating it really low, not gonna do it very high, and we're talking about flavor. Gonna be a little odd. So many people have begun using these and dehydrating them and using them as a vegan leather. Pretty creative. But I like to use the medicine out of them because why not? Once you start fermenting, you will find you have a lot of these. They just keep procreating and keep going and never stop. So, next time you're making kombucha, don't toss the scoby. Yes, you use it to restart the next one, but after a while, you have a lot of them in there in one jar. So now you know what else you can do with them. And yes, they're good for you and the difference between them. Hope this helped because like I always say, natural healing is totally doable.